did you get support from your loved one around you? Were they supportive of you?
So not really.
Okay.
Even though that I come from a middle class family where we're not very outgoing type of people, we're not super fashionable, we're not like modern styling, but and it was not the dressing part. Basically, it was the understanding of the Quran that they differed. Because yeah.
So yeah. So like you coming and realizing this is your journey now from now on, mashallah, going forward, did you get support from your loved one around you? Were they supportive of you?
So not really.
Okay.
Even though that I come from a middle class family where we're not very outgoing type of people, we're not super fashionable, we're not like modern styling, but and it was not the dressing part. Basically, it was the understanding of the Quran that they differed. Because how we see our understanding of Quran and Islam is very much influenced by our culture, and it takes over. And a lot of cultural practices are more important to us than the teachings of Islam. And that is where I had to face the toughest challenge, I would say. So like I said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not let you just in, hey, welcome, come on in. No, there are going to be some tests. So like in Urdu, you would say that, tok baja ke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala checks you, okay, if this person is serious about it or not. So I received all those challenges, even like oppositions from my closest people. I would not expect. Yeah. You would think that they would, because I was changing in my attitude was changing, my approach towards life was changing. I was becoming quieter, I was becoming calmer, I was becoming more polite, and I was all of those good things, Islam teaches us. And I was surprised that why is it backfiring? What's going on? I mean, why am I not being accepted? And the understanding of the Quran, the way I understood the Quran is studying it formally. And when I would go and tell or share with my family, they would be like, you have become a rebel, kind of perception I received, because I was speaking an Islam that was free of culture.
Yeah.
And that was the toughest part I had to go through for several years, until I just became like, this is it for me, and I'm not nudging. So take it or leave it kind of situation. And I pray for my family, and I pray for everybody, inshallah, that they also are able to look at our deen the way it's supposed to be. And even myself, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything, but we need to be open to learning. We need to be open to understanding. And that's when knowledge enters your heart. If you are very stubborn and if you are like, no, this is what I grew up with and this is what's going to be and it's going to stay this way, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't need you. If you are open to listening, and that's when, through your ears, things go to your heart. So yeah, I did face the toughest challenge from my own family, my closest people, which you would not generally suspect, but that's what our culture is. Mainly, people don't like asking questions or being asked, and or digging deeper, or if you tell them something different, or them finding out that they're wrong and you're right. So something like that, they don't like it, especially our elders. It's like
a big hoo-ha.
Yes, yeah. It's haram to ask questions. So, subhanallah. And
Subhanallah.
I'll tell you what kept me going was that was the time when I enrolled myself in a diploma course,
Okay,
2 year diploma course, and I was studying Quran every day. Okay, I was
mashallah.
getting that dose every single day. So regardless of whatever was happening outside, I was able to sustain, alhamdulillah,
Hmm.
spiritually, mentally, everything, and it was the Quran that helped me through those challenges. And I
Subhanallah.
realized that all that is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah wants to see if I am actually serious about it or not.
See, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was pouring bit by bit that knowledge into yourself by the through of Quran. Like, Quran was your source, and Alhamdulillah, I think that's the biggest source for us to take knowledge from, seek
Yeah.
knowledge from.
Mhm.
So yeah, I totally agree with you. Like our culture, unfortunately, subcontinental, especially Asian cultures, is it's not Islam. It's more to do with culture,
Mhm.
especially the older age or the generations before us. They are too fixated in a
Mhm.
way that they take in the Islam. I wouldn't say Islam, but they're taking the culture from the other countries surrounded Pakistan. I don't want to go into that, but I think
Mhm.
it's more to do with culture than Islam. If they are on the right teaching of Islam, they would realize that Islam is totally different what they have actually learned in the past. But that's a very unfortunate thing. So yeah, there was some eyes raised when I was going through my transition as well. Not like to the point, okay, you can't do this. It wasn't like this, but it was
Mhm.
like the the things around me were changing. For first, I started with the hijab, and then oh, you're covering your hair. I'm the first one in my immediate family who's doing this. So it was to the point, oh, so you can't wear any like nice clothes now. You can't do this. And I was like, no, I can still look good. I'm still looking good. Mashallah. I think I look far better what I look previously. Alhamdulillah, it's
Alhamdulillah.
covering me. And I don't have to worry about doing my hair or not doing my hair. And that's the biggest advantage,
Oh,
really, to
yes.
be honest.
Yes.
So then
Totally.
after 6 months, I started doing my abaya. So that was a whole hoo-ha there as well. And now I have to like pick and choose where I go as well. So I can't go into where there are so many men. Like, I have to be like really selective where I'm going, where, especially in the family as well. So that sometimes can be very challenging. But
Yeah.
subhanAllah, may Allah keep us on the straight path and
I
give us
mean,
more knowledge, which I need. And I'm a student, and I always will be a student
inshallah.
there, inshallah.